Welcome in, everybody. This is Red, White, and Bills. This is going to be the second live call-in show that I'm having. I really had fun the first time. Met a lot of nice people. Very good time. Hope to see the same old faces and some new faces too. Also, find this in the podcast form with LDG Sports and Entertainment on Spotify. I'll post it on Twitter also. Find me on Twitter, Red, White, and Bills, Instagram, Red, White, and Bills, and of course, YouTube, Red, White, and Bills. We reached 202 subscribers now. Thank you guys all so much. I can't thank you enough for helping me reach that huge milestone in my journey. I've loved every second of it. I feel like I'm growing as the videos grow, so I couldn't do this without you guys. I appreciate it. Also, the merch dropped, so if you want another shirt like this, it's nice fabric material with the logo Red, White, and Bills on it. Let me know. I'm going to wait a few days because a few people already showed interest, so I'm going to give it a little bit longer time and then put in one order, so it's not a few here and then wait a couple days and a couple more there, so the guy won't think I'm a pain in the butt. So so yeah, how it's going to work is I'm going to drop the link in the comments and then one at a time, just like last time. So I just dropped it in the comments. So click that StreamYard link if you want to join. If not, just listen. And then, like I said, one at a time, and we'll get this rolling whenever someone's ready. The Broncos, unfortunately, couldn't have helped us out tonight. They looked like they were going to. They're up by 1, driving down the field. I think it was inside the 10. Then Melvin Ingram had a fumble. It was a great play by the defense. Ran it in for a touchdown. And then for some odd reason, the Broncos went for a field goal on their last possession instead of a touchdown when they're down by 7, when they're a 7-9 team not making the playoffs. And the coach is on the hot seat too, so we'll see where Vic Fangio is going after this year. But so as of right now, with a win against the New York Jets or the New Jersey Jets and a Bengals loss to the Browns, the best we can get is a 3 seed. So, I mean, 3 seed's not bad. If, who knows, that loss to the Jacksonville Jaguars and that heartbreaking loss to the Titans where we were at the 2 and just missed it. We could be at the 1 seed right now. But hey, what's up, T? How you doing? Congrats to your Chiefs. Good way to end the year out. So just got to get ready for playoffs. Hopefully Hill and Kelsey are healthy for you guys. Saw them both limping near the end of the game. So that's something to worry about for y'all. But, I mean, you guys have gotten it done without them too. So, hey, what's up, Ray? How you doing? You want to jump on, man? Good to see you guys. Thanks for tuning in. We could talk Bills, Jets. We could talk Ravens, Chiefs, Browns, any team that you guys want to talk about. Or if you just want to say hello, that's fine too. Yeah, I mean, I think Kelsey will be fine. I mean, Hill looks like he just got banged up in warm-ups or something. But, again, because he didn't pop up on the injury report, I don't think. But Kelsey seemed fine after the end of the game, so I'm sure they'll both be ready for the playoffs. But it's probably weird not having a bye this year for you guys because usually you do. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine, Ray. No problem, man. But other news for the Jets game, two of my key players, Braxton Berrios and Elijah Moore, are both going to be out. So that stinks for them, but it's also helpful to us because that's 2 playmakers that we're not having to worry about. So, I mean, it also probably stinks for them because it's the last game of the year, it's your finale, so you want all your guys there. But, I mean, Berrios proved himself. He's probably up for a contract extension. I saw there was talks about it, and then Elijah Moore had a good rookie season. So, I mean, it's unfortunate for them, but can't take them lightly. We really can't, because we've seen what happens when you take a team lightly, i.e. Jacksonville, 9-6. And, I mean, we still had a chance to win that game. So, I mean, looking back on it real quick, if even if we won that game or we went into overtime, we won like 12-9 or something, it would still be an ugly game, still wouldn't be happy about it. But it's the NFL. I say it all the time. You have those games. You can't be perfect all the time. I mean, like I said, look at the Chiefs. They were 2-4 or 3-4, and then they went on like a 9-game win streak, and then now they're back. So, I mean, to win a game in the NFL as hard as it is. So, yeah, the Jacksonville Jags are a terrible team, terrible franchise, but they played their best game in like 3 years against us. So we probably played our worst game, but all that matters is we're in the playoffs. We have a chance at the big dance. So, I mean, not the year we hope for record wise, but yeah, that's right. T, adversity is huge. It's all about how you come back from it. So, yeah, we might be 10-6 right now, and maybe finish 11-6. But those tough losses, those bad losses, can really shape your team for a run at the playoffs. So that's what I always say. Like the Giants won the Super Bowl at 8-8, 9-7. So you don't have to be 14-2 to win the Super Bowl. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see a rematch, AFC Championship, or maybe the next round after the wild card divisional. So you guys better be ready. We know what happened last time. That 38-20 whooping in Arrowhead. So, just kidding. I'm sure we'll talk more about it if it came to it. But, I mean, looking at the playoff picture right now, I'm wondering I got to give Raiders some credit, man. If the Raiders can beat the Chargers and make it to playoffs after all they went through this year, I mean, even last week they had another rookie get a DUI after that tragic incident where Henry Ruggs drank and took someone's life. So someone still did that, and they got a new coach and everything, and now they're sitting at 9-7, and if they win, they're in the playoffs. So gotta give them a lot of credit. Let's see what Ray has to say. Chiefs did not very intimidating tonight. Look very intimidating tonight in the least. Can't wait to play. We aren't Denver. I bet T's got something to say. But yeah, Ray, I agree. I mean, there's been times where the Chiefs look really good, and there's times like today where I get, you could have said, oh, they might lose this game. But the way I look at it is just like us, we might have an ugly win here and there, but we still got the playmakers to, if we get hot, watch out. But yeah, I mean, like I said that with the Patriots a couple weeks ago before we played them the first time. I was like, well, I've watched them twice now, and nothing besides the defense really jumped out and scared me. And we all know what happened that first game. It was basically because of the weather and 50-mile-an-hour winds, and it was a really good game defensively. I mean, 14-10. So, I mean, we proved in the second time around who the better team was. Not that the Patriots aren't a good team; they're a good team, but they're not up to where we're at yet. But it's just how it is sometimes. Hit the like, the share, let everybody know we're live right now. Drop the link again. All fans are welcome. Anybody watching the Cowboys game? I think both teams are in regard. I mean, I know the Cowboys won a division for sure, but I think the Eagles are in regardless if they lose. But let's see. Check the score quick. Cowboys. Oh, they didn't start yet. 8:15. Thought I started at 8 for some reason. Let's bring Ray on. Hey, what's going on, Ray? How you doing tonight?
I'm good, man. What's up? How are you?
Pretty good, thank you. Just it's kind of weird thinking that tomorrow's the last regular season game,
I know. It definitely seemed the 1 week made the season seem a lot longer than it was, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but then all of a sudden it just creeps up, and you're like, "Wow, it's already over." But yeah,
Yeah,
in the beginning
I
though, you're right.
I always get like kind of upset around this time of year though if we don't make a deep playoff run. I hate seeing our seasons come to an end, especially every time when the Sabres suck. There's really nothing to watch sports wise, and that's pretty much all I do with my spare time is all over sports, pretty much. I'm not
I
a
hear
big
you.
baseball guy, so
Yeah, I hear you. So on the topic of you mentioned the Sabres, I'm actually a Capitals fan and a Nationals fan because I didn't really. I'm from Utica, and up until a few years ago, we didn't really have hockey here. Now we got
yeah.
the Utica Comets now, so it's the Devils affiliate, It was a Vancouver Canucks affiliate before, but so when I was stationed in Arlington, Virginia, and my first hockey game was a Capitals game, I sat center ice, like very close to the front, and
Yeah.
I fell in love with it, and I was like, well, I'm here. Let's rock with the Caps. And then
Yeah.
when I was a little kid in 2006, I went to a tournament with my friend for his sister's softball team, and we went to a Nationals game. And everyone in my family likes the Yankees, of course. So I was like, I want to be different. I want to be different, So back in
Yeah.
'06, I started liking the Nationals, and then it worked out great because I got stationed in Washington. So they always had a military day, so you got a free ticket to the game. So I at least saw at minimum one game a year when I was there. So, I mean, Caps look good, so at least I have a
The
little bit of
Caps,
hockey.
the Caps always look good though. I can't lie though. I like my second team was always the Capitals. I was always a big Ovechkin fan. He's like my favorite
Yeah,
player. I always loved the Capitals goal horn too. I don't know why
yeah,
that horn
absolutely.
gets me. Like I like the Capitals a lot, and they're not in our division, so I never minded them. And they're always good. I actually went to the Sabres game against San Jose the other night. We had sweet tickets. It was a good time.
Oh,
We
nice.
lost, of
Yeah,
course, but whatever.
yeah. I mean, they look better than last year, though. That's for sure. The Sabres.
Yeah, and I have like a baseball team. Like I grew up a Cubs fan. I'm still a Cubs fan, but I don't follow them as much as I used to. So they
Right.
finally got a championship. I'm happy about that a few years ago. But I'm a sad, suffering Cubs fan as well as a Bills fan. So I just love misery
Yep.
apparently.
Yeah, I guess up until I mean, the Caps got the Cup title, and I was upset because basically the whole city shut down for the parade. But I was in the Army, and then our leadership was like, "Oh, you can't go." But like the rest of the city was shut down. I know nobody was working, and we're just sitting there like, man, I really wanted to go to that. And then when I got out of the Army was the year the Nationals won the World Series, and literally a month before I moved back to New York, and then we won in Houston. So they sold tickets to the stadium, and a lot of the fans were there watching it on the big screen, and it was a huge party there. So I missed that and missed that parade. But before we moved on to football, the coolest thing was the Nationals. They were 19-31 at that time, and they had basically a 1% shot at even making it that far in the playoffs. And then they went and they beat the best closer in the league, Bill Hader from Milwaukee. They went and swept the Cardinals. They beat the Dodgers and they beat the cheating Astros. And so whenever people say like, "Oh, you got to be this good to make to win a Super Bowl or whatever," I remember
Yeah,
the time when the
I
Nationals
remember
were
that
down
year.
and out. They were a
Yep,
wild card team. They beat the best teams, and then they
I
did the
remember that.
impossible, and they got their
Yeah,
championship. So looking at
good
this
for
Jets
them.
game, who were you?
It
Yeah, it was
seems even
awesome.
harder that it seems really quickly too. It seems even harder in baseball to like overcome like a wild card spot, like because the other teams are so good.
Oh
It's
yeah,
weird. It's like crazy when a team does that in baseball.
yeah, because like the wild card spot in baseball. Hey Eric, how you doing? I see you there, so just hang on there for me. But for baseball, the wild card round is only one game, and then you go into
Yep,
series games. So you're like, shoot, like if I mess up one little bit, then
yep,
our season's done. But if we can get in, then we have a series game, so we can, you know what I mean. So, but I mean, football is obviously it's one loss, but when
yeah.
you're looking at the baseball part of it, but with Elijah Moore and Braxton Berrios being out, who on the Jets offense are you looking to for us to key in on?
Ugh. Zach Wilson. You want to take
That's
away his playmaking ability because he still got it done last week with all those players being out on the wide receiver side too, and they were without their starting center and one of their guards too, I believe. So it really
right.
doesn't matter. They have nothing to play for. He's just playing to, make some noise and prove himself a little bit more to his coaching staff. So I still look at them as a dangerous team. I'm not scared, but at the same time, we need to be mindful that if we even let up a little bit, we can keep them in the game. They can pull off some kind of upset at the end or something.
Exactly. Yeah, they've been playing pretty
Yeah.
good football, and
Yeah.
this is a time of the year. This is a lot of team season finale, so they want to leave it all out there. That some people are on contract years, some people
Hmm.
want to get extensions and everything. So they're going to bring it. And if we play a game like Jacksonville, I could you could easily lose this game. So there's a lot on the line here. I know the guys know that because we can clinch the AFC's title for the second year in a row at home. So I mean, a lot of people say, "Oh, Bills fans care about division titles." Heck yeah, I care about division titles because it's
Yeah.
awesome. It's a moment that as a fan you can look back on and be like, I remember this year when they, went against all this adversity. They lost a couple games they shouldn't have lost. They still pulled out the division title, and now they're 11-1 in the last 2 years in the division. So
right, and the Bills haven't clinched a division title at home in front of their fans since '93. So
exactly. So I mean, I wish I could be at the game, but I can only imagine how the atmosphere is going to be tomorrow and how the Bills are going to come out firing on all cylinders. So I mean, definitely exciting.
Are you more concerned about just winning in general, or do you care as much about the manner in which we win the game? Because I don't want us to squeak one out and play like shit. I want us to come out there and truly dominate them like we should going into the playoffs. Squeaking by and winning ugly, that was fine against Atlanta, but I don't want to see that happen again this week.
Absolutely, I agree with you there. I'm all for winning. I'd rather win ugly than lose pretty. I always say that, but
True.
the last game of the year against a team that you dominated 45-17. I want to see, you don't have to get 45 points, but like you said, win in an easy fashion where there was never a doubt that the game was going to be the other way. So I hear you on that one.
I don't want to see us having to go for it on multiple fourth downs. I want to see us converting on third downs. I want to see us run the ball effectively. I want to see Josh Allen play action the ball. I want to see some deep shots. I want to see the run game continue doing what it's been doing the last few weeks. All in all, if all that happens, I'm happy.
Absolutely. I'd love to see Mitch Trubisky in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to see almost most of our starters out by halftime. So if we can blow them out in the first half, that'd be great.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. And I said it on my last pod with my buddies over there at Go Bills Podcast. Go check him out, and Bills Bouncer on Instagram. That if this was last year, we would see Mitch Trubisky starting this game, Tanner Gentry getting some reps. We see Isaiah Hodgins get some reps, and he's on year 2 and played 1 snap. And hopefully they bring him up. So in the event that we're dominating by halftime or the third quarter, he can get in there and make some plays, because I mean, we have no idea what he's going to bring to the table for this team. And, we don't know Sanders, if he's going to retire. We don't know what Beasley is going to do. It'd be nice to see some of these guys get actual game reps and perform. So
if this was any game was gonna be it for Hodgins to come in, I think it would officially probably be this game that we want to get him involved in. He's been struggling an injury bug since we drafted him, which is unfortunate for him. And it's already a hard wide receiver room to crack, but the injuries didn't help his cause. So I would definitely like to see what we have with him.
Absolutely, because when we drafted him, I was watching his highlight tape. And I was just like, wow, this dude's got crazy good hands. So I can imagine
he's got good height too. We need a guy with some height.
Exactly. He's a good red zone target. But unfortunately, he was on the IR the whole first year, and then IR again in the beginning of this year. Yep. So, I mean, like I said, I think they'll call him up. I mean, Sanders is doubtful, so I'm assuming he's not going to play at all. So I can see them bringing Hodgins up. Yeah. And then just as like, here we go. We're up by a lot. Get some starting reps. So,
Absolutely.
I mean, I'd like to see a blowout, but like I said, these teams are playing for pride now. I'm sure the Jets would be like,
extensions, other teams looking at them if they're going to be free agents. Of course, they're professionals and they still have reasons to play. So,
absolutely. Yeah. So who's going to be your MVP for the Bills, offense and defense, coming up Sunday? If you had to pick.
If I had to pick, offensively, I want to see a big Dawson Knox game. I want to see him get like 9 catches, 140 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ooh. I want to see him. I still want to see him utilized more. You know what I mean? Like I feel like we're just leaving him out there where he's open. I don't know why he's just not getting enough targets to me. I think he should be getting more. This would be a perfect game to get him some targets in.
Absolutely. How about on defense?
And defensively, I want to see Dane Jackson come up with an interception or to just make some really nice plays. I want to see him solidify that spot so I don't have to sweat it in the playoffs that they're going to target him.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, our secondary's been pretty. I mean, obviously, it's not the same without Trey, and we haven't played a lot of like crazy powerhouse passing teams, but they've done really well. And Dane doesn't look like he's ever been on the bench before. He looks like he's been a starter in the league before. And as far as Dawson Knox goes, he didn't have any catches last game. We didn't even check down on the running back, I don't think. I think Singletary had one opportunity and he dropped it. But
I'd like to see one dominating performance by Tremaine Edmonds too for the start of playoffs. He's just been really quiet all year. He hasn't been like horribly bad, but he hasn't been anything that's been eye opening or anything at all.
yeah, see, I love Tremaine Edmonds, and like I know a lot of there's a big tear in the mafia. Like, oh, Tremaine is not that good, and Tremaine's good. He's got he's got the body, the length,
Mhm.
the speed. He's got the intelligence of it. And sometimes we got to remember he was starting middle linebacker at 19 years old. He's only 23.
Yeah,
So, and he's made 2 Pro Bowls. He's got over 100 tackles every year. There's still things to
right.
fix. There's still things to fix, of course. I'm not saying he's
Hmm.
perfect, but you're right. He's got to have like because a couple weeks ago he wasn't hitting hard. He was going to the side, not tackling head on. And the last couple games he's been laying the stick on people. So I get what you're saying. Is put it all together
Yeah,
for one game right before the
exactly.
playoff.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not saying he's been bad by any stretch of the imagination. He's been completely fine. I just want to see like a dominating performance from him, though.
right. Absolutely. I'm with you there, man. And the emergence of Dawson Knox this year, I know a lot of us were like, dang, like you got to catch the ball last year. But seeing how much he's improved, you know, put all the
Yeah,
Zachary talk to bed. Of course, I mean, Tommy Sweeney's decent, but we might need to draft another tight end. But with Dawson Knox, I feel very comfortable going forward with him for a very long time.
yeah. What I like about it, he gets a lot of the touchdown targets. Like he'll get targets in the red zone, which is exactly what we need him to do. I just want to see him a little bit more involved, like moving up the field, getting a little bit more targets, like maybe getting at least a ball thrown to him, like maybe 7, 8 times a game
Exactly, and
at
that's
least. Yeah,
perfect. And we
yeah.
can spread with the receivers we got. We can spread the ball around a lot. So I'm looking for that too. So Dawson Knox and Dane Jackson are your 2 guys for MVP. Ray, I got Brett here in the waiting room. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get a go Bills, and let's end the season on a good note.
Yes, sir. Go Bills. I'll talk to you later, Sean.
All right, man. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you.
Yep. Yep.
Hey, what's up, Brett?
Hey, what's up? What's going on?
Not much. How's it going with you?
Dude, it's going great. Can't complain. Sorry about not being able to be on right away.
Oh man, you're good. No worries at all. You're here now. How's the game? Who's winning?
I just started watching it. I had a little bit of a TV issue and internet issue here, so I had to figure out what was going on. But I just clicked it on, and I mean, as soon as you put me on, but it's 7-0 Philadelphia.
Oh, really? Is Dallas playing their starters?
They are playing their starters, but Philadelphia is not playing Hurts, so they're playing Minshew.
Really?
Yeah, they're resting a lot of their starters because of COVID.
Ah, okay. Interesting. Yeah, because I was talking with Ray, I'm pretty sure no matter what, Philly's in, right? So
Yeah, no matter what, Philly's either the 6th or the 7th seed. So
and then Dallas obviously already clinched the division. So
yeah,
after the news with Barrios and Moore being out, who's your guy to watch on the Jets?
I mean, I would agree with Ray. I was listening to him a little. I think it's going to have to be Zach Wilson because you never know. I mean, he's been pretty accurate the last week, so I would worry about him the most.
Yeah, absolutely. And he hasn't thrown a pick in a few games, so he might be due for a few interceptions. And I mean, Davis Mills, rookie quarterback, threw 4 picks, and maybe we can get a game like that. What do you say?
Hey, that would be great. I'd love to see that. I mean, I'd love to see the starters out, and in the third quarter, and get some rest, stay healthy. That's the main thing. Get ready for these playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. I was thinking, like I said to Ray, in the event that we go up by a lot by halftime or the third quarter, do you think that they maybe make Moss and Breida inactive and bring up Antonio Williams, and then for the event that they could rest Singletary and put Williams in?
I mean, I'd love to see it, but I think it's going to be more of a Matt Breida show, just
Right.
because. I mean, I think he's getting some first team reps, so I mean, I think it's going to be more Matt Breida and then potentially Antonio Williams. I'd love to see him out there because I mean, we don't know what he can bring to this offense, maybe in the playoffs and even next year.
Yeah, because I mean, last year against Miami, he caught everybody's eye, and then this year it just didn't work out for him to get on the starting rotation. So, I mean, like we talked about this on our pod, it would have been great to have Mitch start the whole game, have Hodgins be wide receiver 2 or wide receiver 1, and just have all these guys who we want to see more of, take some reps, and then moving forward, we can figure out what we're going to do with them. Because like we already talked about, Hodgins has one snap in 2 years. His rookie contract's 3 to 4 years. So he might never play a snap, and we never know what he's got.
Exactly. And, the other thing is, I might be a little happy that we're not going to play these starters because everybody's getting picked up off of our practice squad. So we might be keeping the guys a secret right now. So I'm a little happy about that. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, everybody's taking our practice squad guys, man. So that goes to show Bean and McDermott do their due diligence, especially in the late rounds. So yeah, it's weird. They don't start normally don't start their early round picks, and then they get their back end picks picked up on practice squads. So, I mean, hopefully, I'm gonna be really upset if Boogie's inactive again. That.
Yeah, we'll be. I don't know if you saw the news earlier today, but Shaq Lawson got released from the Jets. Do you think that might be a potential reunion with Buffalo, or no?
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. And here's what I'll say: going back to that 2019 year when we had Jordan Phillips and Shaq Lawson up, and people were debating, who do we keep, or do we keep both of them? Do we do this? Do we do that? They both signed with other teams for $30 million for 3 years. Lawson got traded from Miami. He got cut from the Jets. So when you look at it now, it was a good thing we didn't re-sign him because that would have been a huge hit, and then he wasn't able to stay on these teams. So I mean, he wasn't bad. I'm not saying he's bad, but I'm saying it seemed like a good move. And then as far as Jordan Phillips goes, he's been really quiet the last 2 years. So looking back on it, I wanted at least Jordan Phillips, but yeah, you'll see. Ray says pass on Shaq. Now, if it was Jordan, that's a different topic. Shaq is underwhelming. I agree, but I mean his last year with us, he played his best season, so I could maybe see them bring him back on a prove it deal, or at least to give competition in the offseason. But yeah, looking back on that year, I think it was a good idea to not sign either of them because that was a lot of money, and we're pretty well off after that, and now we got rookies that are going to be not a second year player at Epinesa. You got Boogie Basham, rookie. You got Rousseau, a rookie. So we're going to be pretty good on this defensive line, I think. I see you there. We'll get you on a sec.
Yeah, I think we're going to be fine, but I mean, it wasn't like the Buffalo Bills didn't want to re-sign Shaq Lawson. I mean, they were offering him a 3-year, $27 million contract, but he wanted to go to Miami and take the other $3 million. And I mean, he made the mistake, but he could have been in Buffalo and stayed here. And I know that he wants to come back. He's talked about it. He said he has some interest in coming back. So,
nice.
It's all up to Bean, and we'll see if he comes back.
Yeah, I can see that happening for sure. But Brett, I'm gonna get Alex in here. Thank you for tuning in, Brett. Thank you for all you do, and check out Brett on Go Bills podcast on YouTube and your Did you change your Instagram yet?
I did, yes.
So it's Go Bills podcast on Instagram also?
It is, yep.
All right, go check him out, guys. We're going to do more collabs with him also. Thanks, Brett, for tuning in. I'm going to get Alex in here. Take care, man.
Thank you. Go Bills.
Go Bills. Before I bring Alex on, like, share, subscribe if you haven't. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, let everybody know we're here. Merch dropped. If you want a shirt, DM me. Let's bring Alex on here. Hey, Alex, how you doing tonight? Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, what's down with you, though?
Can you hear me? Oh, I guess I lost Alex. But, well, Alex, if you want to come back on, tune back in. Thumbs up from T. Yeah, it doesn't concern me. I want upgrade at DT. Yeah, like I said, I love the emergence of Harrison Phillips after he tore his ACL in 19. He had a rough 2020, but this year he's been outstanding. Had a couple career games, and but still, we definitely need another D tackle because we run the rotation, and especially at D tackle, you want him rested, So definitely want another D tackle in there. But drop them there. All right, let's bring Matt on. Hey Matt, what's going on? How you doing today? Oh, another one that must have accidentally clicked or something. Dropping the link. I'm also thinking about getting like coffee mugs too with the logo on it. If there's any other ideas you guys have, that'd be cool. Let me know. He's been great, no doubt. I just want a 400-pound mammoth in the middle. Amen, man. That's what I've been saying. Like if we can get our hands on Jordan Davis, which I doubt, but I know he's had problems with speed and giving up on plays. But with the rotation we run, that might be a perfect fit for him. And with our culture and coaching staff, I could see him getting into that shape real quick. So having a guy like him would be outstanding. Pair with Ed Oliver, Harrison Phillips, and then Boogie goes inside and outside, and Obata too. So let's get another guy, get a true one tech. I know Phillips is trying to take on that role, but we still need another one that's a true one tech because he's learning that position as he goes. Let's see, let everybody know. Share this up, guys. Like it, subscribe. I appreciate all of you. T, you want to come on? Everybody's welcome. All fan bases. Beer holders, like those, what are they called? What's the actual name for them, though? All right, let's see if Mark's. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Okay. You don't want to hear me. I'll just drop some. We have Bolton. Yeah, you do. You do have Bolton, but do you have J17? No, you don't. So, oh yeah, Kuzi. Yeah, that's what it is. Kuzi. Yeah, that's a good idea, man. I like the spelling. Kusi. Yeah, absolutely. That's a good idea. So I don't know the last few people I tried bringing out. I don't know if you're actual people or not, but if you want to come on, come back. Sounded like there was a high-speed chase going on there. Got an update on the Cowboys game. Got a lot of friends that are Cowboys fans, a lot of close friends. Just saying, def do that. The koozie, yeah. I mean, I'm down for any idea. So koozies, mugs, we got the shirts. And I think we could get shirts in different color too. I think the reason why I took a little bit longer was because the color for this. So I'll talk to the guy again and see what other options for colors. Maybe long sleeve too. But maybe eventually like a hat or like a beanie too. So it's all about you guys. Whatever you're interested in. I mean, of course, I'll wear it too. But whatever you guys are interested in, let me know. So do you guys see the Raiders or the Chargers winning this game coming up? Are they Monday? No, they're not Monday, right? They play Sunday night, I think. The Chargers been up and down this year too. He was different from the Feds. Yeah, I mean, that's the first time this happened where like on a live where a few people jumped in and something like that was weird like that. So I don't know if it's just like, I don't know, trolls or or just an accident or whatever. But if you guys are trying to get in, go ahead. Oh, it's Monday night? I thought because the college game was Monday night, they wouldn't do both. But yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? Raiders in the upset bucket. Yeah, that'd be nice because, like I said, the Raiders, after all they went through this year, if they can pull it off and make a playoff run or make it into the playoffs, that'd be pretty. There is no Monday night. Oh, I thought you meant no Monday night football instead of Sunday. Okay, so they're playing Sunday then. Rolling the eyes. Share it up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Let me see here. Let me post something. Okay. Bear with me, everybody. Live. Okay. Yeah, I was trying. I guess she's scared to talk about how good the Bills are. But I feel bad for Carr. Let the man in. I like him. I'm pulling for him. Yeah, man, he's been really good this year, and he's proven he's been good multiple years. So I could really root for him in the playoffs. I mean, I don't think they want to play the Bills first round, but I'm dropping the link again. If anyone's tuning in, they want to jump in on the live, hit that StreamYard link. We can talk anything. Bills, Jets, Patriots, Dolphins, Chiefs, Broncos, anything you want to talk about. If you just want to say hello, go for it. That's what I'm here for. We'll be here for as long as you guys want to be here. T said the damn Chiefs game had my blood pressure at max. Oof, yes. As Bills fans, we can tell you every game we're having to check our blood pressure because it's not a good time for that. But yeah, I mean, I watched part of the game, some of the beginning. I missed some of the middle, but from what I read, it was like Drew Lock was running the ball, got a couple touchdowns, and then I saw that play that Bolton and Ingram made, and I was like, wow. Imagine being the Broncos right now. You were right there, up by 1, about to score a touchdown. But Ray's coming in with the heat. Them Chiefs is not trying to catch this fade from the Bills. I know they already caught one, so I don't know. They don't want that second one. T comes in with the, I don't know what kind of face that is. Kind of like a annoyed face, maybe. That's what I love, though. Who do you want the Bills to play in the first round of the playoffs? Well, we talked about this too, but for me, I'm fine with, not to sound like cocky or anything, but whoever we play is fine, because if we play a really good team, then if we beat them, it just makes us better for the next round. But then if we play like the Raiders, where we stack up really well against, and they don't have a great defense, and we have a great defense too and a great offense, that's a favorable matchup. But I mean, I believe in the iron sharpens iron. Oh, and the Patriots. Ray said the Patriots also. I want to take the asshole souls. Yeah, I mean, they're funny on Twitter. I'm not really big on broadcasting, talking junk unless I know you. But on Twitter, it's funny because I like to troll, because I have a lot of friends that are Pats fans and they know who I am and how I am. But some of these guys on Twitter, I like to troll, and then they never stop. They just keep going. Like, I had an argument with someone who we actually ended up talking to say he might want to come on a show one day. But regarding a rebuild. In sports, to me, a rebuild is basically you trade, like what the Jaguars did. You trade everybody with value: Calais Campbell, Jordan Ramsey, Ramsey, and you get draft picks and cash considerations and capital. And what I was saying to this guy was, I don't believe that the Patriots were actually in a rebuild because they were missing a couple pieces, and then they were only 7. They had one bad season, and then and they were a fumble away from maybe taking us out for one game, so they could have been 8-8 or whatever. But now they signed a couple free agents, and they drafted like everybody else drafts, and they had a couple good draft picks, and now they're a pretty good football team. So in my eyes, it wasn't a rebuild. Rather, it's more of they just need a couple missing pieces. Like a rebuild is like Jacksonville. And like in the baseball aspect of it, my Nationals did a whole rebuild last year, and I was banging on the table not to do it because I knew the Mets were going to crumble. The Mets were like 5 games above us on first place, and I said, well, I don't want to trade everybody yet. because I know the Mets are going to crumble and we got to play them like 10 more times. So let's hold on a little bit. We traded everybody besides Juan Soto, which if they don't sign him to the biggest contract in baseball history, I'm going to be livid. But they traded everybody, got the farm. They got a couple great prospects who we got to see play last year. Shout out to Josiah Gray. He played with my buddy at why am I forgetting the school? Lemoyne. He played baseball at Lemoyne. Now he's on my favorite baseball team. So that's pretty awesome to see. Shout out to JoJo Gray. And now we're in a rebuild. So in 2019, we won the World Series. So that, to me, that's a rebuild's full from the bottom to the top. Just a couple pieces here and there is not a rebuild to me. So it was just a disagreement on that, but it lasted so long. And Twitter, it was a beautiful tweet. I thought so too. I got everybody going. Third seed in the event, Titans and Chiefs go down. We can host a chip game. Yeah, that's the other thing. And hopefully we the Browns, they're missing a couple players and they're kind of not really doing too well near the end of the back half of the year. So gotta hope they can pull off beating the Bengals, and then we can and if we win, we get the third seed. So that'd be really nice. It's funny, we were 13-3 last year, didn't get the 1 seed, and then we had a chance to get the 1 seed this year, and then the 1 seed's going to be 11-6 or 12-5. It's like, oh man, we couldn't just switch the years. But yeah, I'd like to see. I don't know, the Chargers are a team, and I wouldn't quite mind playing either, just because I feel like their defense has been lackluster really. The Dolphins folding was funny. What did you think? I almost felt bad, but then I remembered Dolphins fans are annoying. Yeah, I have a lot of close friends that are Dolphins fans. TD Finns Talk helped me out starting this. I give all the credit in the world to him. He's a phenomenal YouTuber, phenomenal guy. Shout out to TD Finns Talk. But that 7-game win streak, I was like, wow, that's incredible. If they can pull this off and make the playoffs, wow, what a year. But just like last year, it came down to week 17, and they got crushed. And then they can still have a winning season. So, they got a lot to play for, too. 2 winning seasons in a row, sweeping the Patriots, But, yeah, I thought it was kind of funny because, you go from, oh, this team's the worst team ever. I hate this team. And then, oh, we're about to make the playoffs. And then, we've been there, too. But I thought that was kind of funny also. Funny. Yeah, I agree. Okay. Next topic. What are you guys thinking about? Dropping the link again. Main reason I found it hysterical. TD. If they only had won a few of their first 7 games. Yeah, you got that right. Is Harrison Phillips going to win Walter Payton Man of the Year? I don't see anyone retweeting for anyone else, but go out there and retweet for Harrison Phillips. There we go. There's my retweet. He got up to 3rd, so that's pretty cool. Funny story. While we're waiting for more people to come in, we took my son to this gymnastics class today for the first time, and my wife was taking him, and I was watching, and she was doing the flips and stuff with him, and all of a sudden they stop, and I'm like, what's going on? And I guess he pooped while he was doing it, and then when he did a rolled over on his back, the poop fell out of his diaper and stuck onto the mat. But yeah, that was funny. He enjoyed it though. He likes to do those flips. I get nervous. Like, he likes to put his head down and meaning, roll me over. And just seeing his neck just makes me nervous. So I don't ever flip him, but my wife does. So, okay. But that was a funny story. I forgot who we were talking about. He should what? Sorry. Where does Jay finish the MVP voting? Probably like 3rd or 4th, maybe 5th. But I think Jonathan Taylor is very deserving of it. Even Cooper Kupp. Of course, they'll probably give it to Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers. But I mean, I could see him in the 4th and 5th. But I mean, we got to look at it this way. We had a lot of bad weather games, especially at home. I mean, there was a bad weather against the Chiefs, and he played well. The game I went to, the Houston game, terrible weather, did pretty good. So, I mean, it's just hard when snow and 50-mile-an-hour wind. You're not going to have your best passing stats all the time. But he proved he can throw in those conditions. Sometimes the receivers shown they couldn't catch in those conditions also. But, hey, we got the guy. We got our MVP. We got our franchise quarterback. And we got our quarterback that's going to lead us to a Super Bowl or 2 or 3 or maybe the best case scenario, 10 in a row. No, I'm joking. You got to think about it, guys. The Packers have been a great franchise. Won Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. It's tough to win Super Bowls. That's why you got to give the Pats credit, but it doesn't mean you're a bad franchise if you can't win Super Bowls. I mean, I like to think it's going to happen. Everybody eventually is going to win one, but the top 5 for MVP, no Pro Bowl. Number 1 defense in the NFL, 0 Pro Bowls. Bills still being disrespected just the way we like it. Yeah, and that's just so, oh, man. How does that even happen? I just don't get it. Yeah, I get, we got a couple first alternates, but like Poyer and Hyde being like 4th and 5th alternates, Tyler Bass being a 6th alternate. Who's a better kicker than Tyler Bass? But yeah, Jordan Poyer was for sure. And we talked about this on other pods too, that, do players really care? And I mean, that's for them to say, really. I mean, I think for us, it's easy to say, they probably don't care about a Pro Bowl vote, but I think they might, because it's a recognition thing. And, obviously it's not to be cocky, but it does help for Hall of Fame. And, it's just nice to get recognized for things. Like if you got a job and you bust your ass and you do great work all the time, and then all of a sudden your boss says, you know what? You did fantastic this quarter, this year, this whatever you guys go by. I'm going to recognize you for your great achievements and how well you did. That makes you feel good, right? Absolutely. But if you do the same thing, you work absolutely hard and do great, and then basically the boss tells you to kick rocks, that sucks, Baltimore kicker was the only acceptable choice. Yeah, I agree. Justin Tucker is Hall of Fame kicker, probably one of the best kickers in the history of the game. But I like to think about, I could see Tyler Bass being like a Justin Tucker or better than Justin Tucker. We should have voted Fitzpatrick in for a Pro Bowl. His chances of making the Hall of Fame are so low now. Yeah, it's hard without much success as far as winning championships goes. Like, there's always a big conversation is Eli Manning a Hall of Famer? It's up for debate. I think he is. He's had a pretty good career. Near the back end, he didn't really. I mean, they're going to go off the Super Bowl rings also. 2 Super Bowl rings, beat the Patriots both times. Patriots were undefeated. Giants were a wild card team. But, I agree. I feel bad for Fitz. We're going to have a lot of all-pro players, I think, though, which is much more of an achievement. Yeah, I agree with that, too. That's a good point there, Ray. All-pro is definitely a higher accolade. But I still think, it's kind of like a good recognition to get into the Pro Bowl. Whether you're in it or not, or you can decline it, is up to them. But, it's crazy to think. It still blows my mind that Lamar Jackson I like Lamar. I think he's a great football player. I think him and Josh Allen obviously are the best quarterbacks in that class. And he's been injured so much, and he really hasn't been good this year. He hasn't even been really that amazing running the ball like he usually is. And he made the Pro Bowl. So, popularity contest, as people say, but I mean, we know Josh should have been in it. Ooh, I like this one. Does Jason Peters make the Hall of Fame? Absolutely. Absolutely. He's one of the best tackles I've ever seen. I'm 26, but he's absolutely outstanding. And he's still doing his thing. Okay. Let's see if Megan is going to come on here. Megan, how you doing?
Indianapolis Lux on Cap.
What's going on? What is this? I don't understand what's going on here. But if anyone really wants to come on, that's not a fake thing or whatever. Kind of worried now. It's never happened before. Hopefully nothing happened to my computer. Or maybe it's the Patriot trolls on Twitter. Who knows? But yeah, I think Jason Peters definitely makes it. He was always fantastic, always reliable. Definitely a Hall of Famer in my eyes. Score in the game. You guys got it. Matthew Judon says on Twitter, I need a good book to read. Any suggestion? You should be reading that playbook, baby. Get ready to get that whooping from the Bills. I remember when they converted him from TE, he was a beast immediately. Yeah. And it's always funny to think like you can do that at such a high level, just randomly switch your position and still be in the NFL. Like even Trayvon Diggs, he was a wide receiver in college, and then they say, "Hey, you're gonna be a corner now." And now he's, I know he's given up the most yards in the league. He's got great tenacity, great skills, great hand-eye coordination, ball hawk. So he can work on the yards, but to make that. Oh, there's a Peters. I'm not even gonna. Mark, if you're a real person, comment because I don't know. We haven't had a good stretch in the last 5 people. So if you're Mark Peters, if you're a real person, comment in the comment section, please, so I can let you in. Yeah, bro, that's weird. We haven't really seen that here when we do lives. This is the first time it's happened. T, jump on. He's a great ball hawk. Maybe they should try him at safety. Yeah. I mean, if they could switch him to corner in college and he gets drafted, I guess anything's possible. But I like Diggs' game. And you got to think about it, too. He's training with one of the best wide receivers in the league every offseason, So they're always going at each other. So I could see Trayvon Diggs really making moves and leaps every year. So, and of course, Diggs, too. They're going to be battling each other. I think it's next year, the year after, we play the Cowboys again. So we're going to see a Diggs on Diggs, and then maybe in a Super Bowl too. But so I guess Mark Peters wasn't a person. Around the NFL news, Vita Vea has agreed to a 4-year, $73 million Wow, that's huge. He deserves it though. That guy's an animal. We need a guy like him. That's right. 360 pounds. Quick. I think he ran like a 5.40 or something. But this guy's a tank. We got to find a guy like him to pair him with Phillips and Oliver. Brett, you want to come back on? Do you guys want to come on since we're just getting fake people? If one of you guys want to come back on, just click the link and then we can talk a little bit more until someone else tries to come on. Buffalo Police, what? I think that said Buffalo Police popped up. Brett, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, should I start making some weird noises or what?
Yeah, I guess you should. Yeah, did you hear me? I just said one popped up that said Buffalo Police.
That's pretty funny.
Maybe it's a Patriot fans trolling me from Twitter, but
Oh, it's got to be.
We got revenge, Stephon Burns, Trayvon for the game-winning TD. Wouldn't that be something?
I'd love to see that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would. Like I said, I got a lot of close friends that are Cowboys fans. And I said, dude, imagine a Bills Cowboys Super Bowl, and that'd be sick. And then he's like, well, I can't watch it with you because, obviously one person's going to be unhappy. But they always root for the Bills when the Cowboys aren't playing the Bills. So, they're good friends, and they always root for our team. So I always root for the Cowboys when they're playing.
Yeah, I have a cousin that's a Cowboys fan and lives up in Batavia, and every time I go over there, he's always talking crap about me, and he's like, "Oh, this is gonna be the Cowboys' year. You never know it's gonna be this year." I'm like, dude, just stop talking about this stuff because you haven't had a good year in so long. I mean, you've had the Romo years and everything, but it's not going to be your year yet. But I'm really hoping for the Cowboys. I think they have a really good coach. I like McCarthy, and
I
I
think they got a
love
great
their
team.
offense.
Yeah, it was hard last year watching what happened to Dak, and the team crumbled, obviously. But I think they got the right squad. And Dan Quinn seems to really stepped up, and he wasn't that great of a head coach. And my friend Kenny from IBT Network and Sports can attest to that. He didn't like him as a head coach, but he's doing great things and there's as a defensive coordinator over there. So, I mean, who knows? We could see a Bills Cowboys Super Bowl, but it's just so playoffs, man. Anything can happen. And I go back to my Nationals analogy. They were at the All-Star break, had like a 0% shot at anything, and then they went on. They won 90-something games. They got second place to the Braves. Got the first place, and then we're like, okay, let's do this. We usually make the playoffs anyway. Like, they were consistently good, making the playoffs, winning divisions and stuff, but they were always a wild card bump. So then I think I was picking my mother-in-law up from the airport from Brazil, and I was listening to it on the radio, and we were playing the Brewers, and it was a close game, and then they brought in Bill Hader, and he threw like 100 miles an hour gas, and then he had like a crazy windup. He's one of the best closers in the league. And I'm like, okay, let's see what happens. They brought him in an inning early, and then I think we hit a homer off of him, took the lead, won the game. And it was awesome because that was the farthest we've ever went. And then we go play the Cardinals. We sweep them 4-0. So we're like, wow, this is really happening right now. Like, this team that had no business making the playoffs, it turned it all around, and here they are. And then the Dodgers come up. Dodgers are always a World Series favorites. And we beat them. And then I'm like, wow, we're in the freaking World Series right now. Like, this is crazy. And then we won it. And the weird thing about that year, too, was no team won at home in the World Series. So it was 3-3. We're playing in Houston. So we're like, okay, looks like we're about to win it. And I still have that image of the last pitch in my head all the time, just replaying. So like I always say, just get in and anything can happen. Anything can happen. So that's why I'm not really concerned about our record.
Yeah, neither am I. I mean, you never know what can happen in the playoffs. I mean, it could come down to one play, and I mean, it doesn't matter if you have home field advantage or what. It could be one little thing that takes the momentum away from one team. So every team's going to be good in the playoffs, and every team in the NFL is good. It's just the difference between college football and the NFL is it's a slight difference right now. So, but I was going to ask you a question. You already did it actually. Ray was putting in the private chat if we could have multiple people on at once. So you already saw that.
Yeah, I mean, typically I like to just do one because people flow in. But as for right now, since nobody new's coming in, let's have you both in. But that sounds good to me. What's up, Ray? Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on, man? I can hear you.
I can't believe all these like fake things were popping up. That was so weird.
Somebody has no life. Let's go troll a random podcast probably from off Twitter. That's why I don't know. I don't know what they are doing with their lives, but
it's kind of funny. I thought maybe it was just like an accident. But I guess it's
but once I heard that Alexa thing, I'm like, somebody's messing with you.
Yeah. Hey, they tuned in. So
yeah, hey, whatever.
That's all that matters. But oh man. Like I was saying about playoffs, like you gotta be a little bit lucky too. So like looking Minneapolis Miracle. That was a do or die play. And it wasn't even it wasn't even in the end zone. He ran the ball like 40 yards after. So I mean it was a do or die play. They moved on. And then, when the Patriots won that one Super Bowl with when Russell Wilson threw it at like the 2-yard line and it
Why
bounced
I
out the
don't
receiver
know.
and he picked it off. Like that's luck. I mean, great
Yeah,
play.
well,
Obviously, too.
they had no business throwing the ball in that position in the first place. Why they did that, I have no clue still to this day. You just give it to Marshawn and then give it to him again, and you win that game. I have no idea why they did that, but
Absolutely. And the same thing happened to my high school team when I was a sophomore. It's called sectionals where I'm from in upstate New York. And we were in the semifinal game. And the final game always plays at the Carrier Dome, the Syracuse Carrier Dome. And we were playing against this team that was like ranked pretty high. And I think it was like third overtime. And it's basically you start at the 20 and you get 4 plays to try to get 20 yards and score. Our running back was hot all day. And then we were so close to the end zone, and the coach decided to throw it incomplete. Then we didn't score, obviously. So then they get a chance to score. If they score, they win. It's the last play of the game. Our corner slips in the end zone, can't get up, and then they score a touchdown and won. And I was like, oh. And then the worst part of it all is that team that beat us, they won 60-0 in the finals.
Jesus.
So we probably would have won the finals too. So it's those weird plays like that, man. You choose a weird option that's not been working. I mean, he was able to pass, of course, but you gotta give it to Marshawn there.
Absolutely.
And now they gotta think about that for the rest of their life.
Yeah. I'm sick of refs too impacting these playoff games. They've been doing it for years. Like really, like they kind of dictate the way a game's gonna go. They literally do. Or they'll they won't call something all game, then they'll just make the most insane call when they haven't been making all game, just completely screw a team over in the last couple minutes of the game.
Yeah, I know. Did you see this? Federal
Hi, I'm here to talk.
Yeah, Lieutenant Rogers, you're at the wrong place, buddy. But let's see here. Yeah, refs, they really do impact a lot of the game, and I know it's a hard job. Obviously, I'm not denying that, but if you can review everything easily, and they still miss calls. Like, oh man, I don't even want to think about them impacting playoff games. So.
Yeah, I just don't like the consistency in which they call them, though. If you're going to make that call all game, then make it. But if you're not going to make it all game, how are you going to call it in the most crucial moment of the game?
Exactly.
That's what I don't like. That's where I feel like they're doing it on purpose.
Exactly, and they always do it too. And even in the lowest level of football, I remember I played center when I was in 7th grade, and my coach would literally teach me ways to hold and not get caught, and that's at the lowest level of football. And it's holding all the time, and they won't call it, and then say we score a touchdown, then they'll holding. They choose them when they want to do it. It was a funny trick. It was like on run blocking. Sometimes you get up in their chest and like you have your arms like this, and you grab their jersey with this hand here, and you kind of like cover it up and you start pushing. I mean, obviously you're not going to push like that in the NFL, but when you're 12 years old, I mean, you could get close to someone like that and do that. But yeah, I mean, I agree with you there, Ray. They always seem to call it at the wrong time and not call it when they should.
Yep.
How do you feel about that, Brett?
Well, I completely agree with you guys. I mean, I was telling everybody on my podcast when we were talking about the Tampa Bay Bucks game. I mean, I felt like they called some bad holding calls, and they didn't call something that we should have had a holding on Diggs in the end zone. Should have been the game over, and we shouldn't have lost that game. But that's just on me. I think they're trying to play bias in the games, and they're trying to dictate who wins because they want to set up a certain Super Bowl because of viewers. You'd rather have a team like Los Angeles in the Super Bowl because you get tons of viewers rather than a small market team like the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, and part of me doesn't want to believe that, but I kind of do too. And something like the Nationals winning the World Series kind of brought me a little bit of hope back that things aren't 100% fixed, because even though DC is a big place, it's a small market team still. And, you would think if they wanted to pick someone to win, they would have picked the Dodgers. But, we ended up winning. So, I mean, that gave me a little bit of hope with sports. But then football just seems like more and more it's part of it is like that. But then I want to say at the same time, if you think it, when you really look at it, the Buffalo Bills have the best fan base in the league, and wouldn't that be awesome to have them in a Super Bowl? but then you said it's small market, and I agree with that. But
It'd be good for the league for the Bills to just win one, for real,
yeah,
especially with how
and
passionate our fan base is.
yeah, exactly. And like I said, I hope it's not fixed. I know it might be a little bit to a degree, but I mean, it's just isn't it just sad to think about? Like,
I try not to think about it either because I don't want to believe the game I love is bad. So
yeah, exactly. I mean, imagine if it was like Mahomes and Rodgers in a Super Bowl. Oh, the State Farm Bowl. Like,
now,
I
if
mean,
Brady and if it's Brady and Belichick, I know the fix is in because the Patriots should have no business being in the Super Bowl, and if they get assisted going there, then I'm really gonna believe the fix.
yeah, like absolutely. Bucks Patriots. Who's really better, Belichick or Brady?
Exactly. That's a storyline the NFL will definitely push.
I mean, granted, anything can happen. Like a Mahomes Rodgers Super Bowl can happen. Bucks Patriots obviously could happen, but like the odds of both teams both taking that path all the way, it just seems like it'd be a little fishy. But
I want to see a Bills Cowboys one. I really want to see the Bills against the Cowboys this year.
I would like that too. I told my buddy one of my best friends is a Cowboys fan. I said, hey, we have a Cowboys Bills Super Bowl this year. We win it, and then next year you guys can beat us in the Super Bowl. So then we can feel better about it. Because he said, oh, I can't watch the game with you because then somebody's going to be upset and it's going to be hard to watch when. But I can't lie. Last year in the AFC Championship game, one of my close friends, him and his girl came over and they're Chiefs fans. I said, yeah, frig it, come over. We'll watch the game together. And then, it was fun when it was 9-0. And then the game turned out how it was. And I was just like, damn, I shouldn't have had them come over. Because it is weird because you feel like you can't react how you want to react. So like sometimes when the Bills will make a good play, I just be like, nice.
I'll give you full disclosure. If you're like a fan of the team we're playing against, I'm gonna go nuts. Just so you know, I'm gonna be screaming, talking smack, all that. Don't feel bad. We're still friends after, but right now, don't talk to me until we win.
Absolutely, and I just felt awkward, because I was like, I don't want to be that guy because like they're my close friends, and I don't want them, whatever. But then I was like, I should have at the time, but definitely I'd rather just watch it either with just Bills fans or by myself because you can just be whoever the hell you want to be. And my boy,
I can temper myself regardless of who's around, so it don't matter. If we have a big play, I'm going for sure. Yeah,
I hear you absolutely, but I mean, hopefully we can all be celebrating the Super Bowl. I think we talked about it on the last pod with Brett that can you imagine the city of Buffalo?
A week of partying?
Yeah, we talked about that too. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it would have to be a week. I mean, I don't think it would just be a day. I feel like the whole city would shut down. Nobody would work. The cops would just be hanging out there at wherever they're going to be partying at. And then, man,
it would be a month-long party. It will last a month.
I would call in. Absolutely, I'd call in from work for however long it is and be like, "Yeah, I got to be in Buffalo. Sorry," and then just stay there.
I think it's gonna be a whole year.
I would just live in my car. But or we could go stay with Brett's family in Buffalo.
Yeah,
because my kid needs a
I'm
place
out here too.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I always kind of forget because a lot of people are from a bunch of different places, so I just assume everybody's from different areas.
Yep. No, I live right downtown.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, speaking of obviously the stadium and stuff, when we went, I didn't know because I haven't been there in so long because I've been stationed in Virginia, but I thought we got there, it was like 8:30ish, and I was like, oh, let's just go try to get into the stadium, whatever, or the parking lot, and we pull up, and then this guy, one of the workers, was like, can I help you? And my buddy was like, yeah, we're just trying to park. And he was like rude as hell and was like, well, we ain't doing anything until 9 o'clock, so you can just turn around. And I wanted to be like, what? Like,
yeah,
I should punch you right now. Like, get the hell out of here talking to me like that.
But that's not necessarily true either, though. There's people there from the night before.
Exactly.
He was just being a dick.
Exactly. And obviously, I mean, my friend was wearing a Cowboys jersey, but me and my wife were decked up in Bills attire, so I don't know if he was just acting like that because he was a boys fan, but I mean, he saw us. So what we did was we pulled off on some side street and parked in front of somebody's house and waited till 9 o'clock. But yeah, it was a fun time, man. Like, I wish I could just live in Buffalo and get season tickets just for 1 year and just enjoy it. But I mean, the way the weather was this year for home games, probably was good not to be a season ticket holder.
Yeah, it was terrible. Every home game's been like that too. When I went to the Colts game, the weather was just horrible.
Oh, you went to the Colts game?
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah, I went to the Texans game, and it was raining the whole time. And
Yeah, we talked about this. You said you didn't check the weather and you didn't bring a poncho.
Nope.
You were trying to buy one.
Yeah, somehow an hour and a half before the game started, they already ran out of ponchos, and there's like 3,000 people in the stadium already. I'm like, you think you'd have 72,000 ponchos if you have 72,000 people in the seats in the stadium? But I mean, I guess I'll know for next time. But I mean, it held up pretty good for the tailgate though, so we had a good time there. But I didn't stay for Pinto Ron because I just wanted to go in because I wanted to watch them. But then I was like, I know Diggs plays catch with people and like people walk around and warm up, so I just want to go watch it. And I did, and it was really fun. I got some good video, got some good pictures.
Yeah.
Watched Diggs play catch with people, and I knew he wasn't gonna throw me the ball. I was like, yo, hit me deep, and then it was just fun just to be there. But yeah, the rain was just.
Yeah, well, since you actually brought that up too, let me ask you guys this: like, how do you feel about having to go on the road to win these playoff games? Like, for me personally, with the way the weather's been and the way Josh has kind of looked at home, I'm actually completely comfortable with us going on the road. I feel like we're almost better on the road than we are at home. So, I'm completely fine with us having this first home game, and then if we advance, going on the road all the way to the Super Bowl.
You answer that first, Brett. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I think it's probably best because I think the Bills play a lot better at away rather than at home because I think McDermott prepares us more being away and there's less distractions being on the road. But I love the way that we go about playing away. I mean, I think that's what we should do, but we lost our only away game last year.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think it's maybe because we oversimplify the game plan when we're on the road, so they're not thinking as much, obviously, because they're going to a silent snap count. They're not going as in detail as about probably like their play calling or how they're handling like the flow of the game. Maybe simple is better. I think we try and get a little too cute when we're at home.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree with you.
Yeah, I like the thought of being away because I think part of it, I mean, for me personally, when I played sports, it was just something about other crowds being there and not being home that made it just that much better. So I think when we're away, I think they play with a little bit more pop. Not that they don't play it with pop at home, but there's just more to it when you're away. And I think they always rise to the occasion for it. And like you said, with the way the weather's been, it just I'd rather not play at home. But I mean, whatever happens, they'll get it done, I think. So, like you said, I like the thought of taking away a couple games, and then like you said, if Tennessee gets knocked out or the Chiefs get knocked out, then we can have a chance to host a couple more. So I mean, that's also cool too.
Yeah, like a wild card at home, go on the road, win one, and say the Titans or the Chiefs get upset in the divisional round, we would host a chip game if we end up in the 3 seed.
Yeah, that'd be sweet, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would. It'd be awesome.
Would you try to get since you live right there?
Oh yeah, I would be selling my soul to get tickets. Absolutely.
How much would they be? I wouldn't. Do you think even like not like a front row seat or 100 section seat, but like
a nosebleed,
a middle seat?
I would probably imagine a few $100s. They're going to be in high demand. Everybody in the city is going to want them, so I'm going to imagine a lot.
Yeah, I mean.
Plus, I don't think we hosted an AFC Championship game in I can't even remember when we last hosted one. Was it 90? I don't even remember when it was. Maybe 92.
Yeah, I mean, I know me and Brett.
93, maybe.
Did I ask you how old you were, Ray? I don't think any of us were alive for that.
Oh, see, I was in 90. Well, during the Super Bowl years, I was 6 when they went to their first. I was 10 when they went to their final.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you would know more than us. We had no idea, but so speaking of the stadium, I read that the Pagulas don't want a dome, but they still want to build a stadium. And the way I'm looking at it is, why? Just if you don't want to build a dome, just keep what you got. Save your $1 billion and do a couple renos. But like, just to build another stadium without a dome. I mean, again, I'm not gonna be like, oh, we're too weak and too scared to play in the weather, because that's not even it. Part of it is just like, I mean, I wouldn't want to be sitting in a foot of snow and cold ass rain every home game. And when I play football, it was fun to play in the rain and stuff, but definitely changed. I mean, I was a running back and a linebacker, so I mean, it was kind of fun to run in the rain and stuff. Like when you're trying to throw the ball or trying to catch the ball, I mean, you want the best conditions as possible. And these guys are all professional. They got to play in all the elements. I get that, but I mean, what would be the problem with a retractable dome?
That's what I was thinking. I'm completely fine with a retractable roof. We don't have to get a dome, but if we can at least have a retractable, or at least something like Miami has, where it just has like the cut up inside of the middle a little bit, I'm fine with that. Like some of the snow and elements can get in. I don't even care about the snow and the rain. I just want them to just get that wind out of there. Like the wind is just, we have too potent of a passing attack to have that wind impacting our passing game like that. And Buffalo is naturally a windy city like every year too. So
exactly. And that's the thing, like you can have a retractable one, and then when it's cold and stuff, yeah, leave the dome off. But when it's like pouring rain and a foot of snow coming down, just close it up. But I mean, there's probably only so much snow you can get on top of a dome, and I guess I don't know how all that works, but I mean, I just feel like a retractable one could be an option. But why dump in $1 billion into a new stadium that's going to be exactly like the one we have right now?
Right.
That's just so.
And I know because it's Buffalo and they always want to be cost effective and cut costs and be cheap asses, but I would be happy as a taxpayer to flip that extra few million to have them do it, whatever it is, like 50 million or whatever they said it was. But
yeah, I mean, it's just weird to me. But how do you feel, Brett?
I'm okay with having an open stadium. I really am, because I think there's certain factors that benefit the Bills, especially being the home team, because you would know the winds of the stadium and everything. And I think it's a little bit of a disadvantage for the away team. So I'm okay with it. I love the swirling winds of like we called it the Ralph, but now Highmark Stadium. So I'm okay with it. I know that certain people want to have a retractable roof, but they don't last that long. So I mean, if you look at Minneapolis, I mean, just a few years ago, their dome collapsed in. So I mean, can you imagine? Can you imagine all the snow in Buffalo and that happens, and potentially it happens during a game? I mean, I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah, true. I hear that too, and I said this before. I'm not just saying, oh, the receivers aren't that great and Josh is perfect, but Josh has shown he can throw in the rain, in the snow, and the wind, but then the receivers have a little trouble catching the ball sometimes in the rain, the snow, and the wind. So, yeah, it's nice we got the quarterback that can do it, but, like, as good as our receivers are, it's hard to – because think about it. Josh has to throw 100 miles an hour to get it through that 50-mile-an-hour wind or the snow or the rain to get it in the perfect tight window. But then it's hard to catch that with good weather, and then you pair that with snow and rain coming down and wind. So I get the receivers are going to drop some of the balls like that, but at the same time, you got the quarterback that can do it, but sometimes it's not even going to matter because the receivers aren't going to catch it. Like that Diggs drop in the end zone. He never drops that.
But you know what it was with that drop, though? It looked like the wind, because he looked like he had position when he leaped to grab it. Like he was perfectly there to grab it, and then at the last second, the wind carried it away from his hands just a tad bit and threw the catch off. So I remember looking at the play. I watched it on the replay like 3 times. I had to rewind it. I was like, Diggs never drops that. But it looked like what happened. The wind took it literally at the last second.
Right, and the one with the Falcons, too. He ran the slant route right in the end zone. He was wide open and had both of his hands, and it came out.
That was a heater. That one was a heater, though. But he should have still caught it. But I could see why he dropped that one. That one was coming with some heat on it.
Right, and that's my point. Is like he has to throw it that hard because of the weather, but then it makes it harder to catch. So it's like how do you find the middle ground? Because if he took some off of it, it might have been incomplete
Undercut.
or intercepted or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's a
I
hard
felt
thing.
like he could have took a little bit off of that pass. He didn't have to throw that as hard. He probably would have still got it in before the DB could have undercut it. But why take the chance? So I threw it that hard. It's hit his hand. You're an NFL receiver who gets paid lots of money. You should be catching that ball no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I say that too, but at the same time, it's like people look
It's
at
Diggs
us-
though. He gets a pass, whatever,
Yeah, Diggs. I hope he stays. I hope he stays here forever, man. Like I was so once we got him, people were like, especially Minnesota fans were like, "Oh, we won that because he's such a piece of garbage. He's a cancer. Like he's gonna ruin your team." Okay, well, look what happened.
Not in the league.
He made-
Not
he
in the
made-
league.
he made our team a million times better. And here's the thing about receivers, and he even said it before in a press conference. We all want the ball every time, no matter who you are as a receiver. That's we want the ball every time. And he was in a place where he wasn't happy. Again, I'll refer to a normal person's job. So us three, we have a job, right? We're not happy with what we're doing. We're not happy with how we're getting treated. We're not happy with our situation. So we go look for another job. We put in our 2-week notice, and then we get a new job. We enjoy it. We're happy. We have a great time. We get treated well. And now everything's different. That's basically how it is in the NFL. Sometimes you're not happy with where you are. Sometimes you act like a diva, quote unquote. And then, but that's okay though. It's not really being a diva. It's just you're unhappy. You can voice your opinion, voice how you feel. People will judge you always, especially when you're a professional athlete. And then now he's proved like he's not fake. Like what he's been in 2 years, his personality and who he is as a person, it's not a fake of what he's acting with. So it just proved he was unhappy. Now he's somewhere where he's happy and loved by the fans, and loved by the team and the coach. And he's
well, not for nothing too. All of his grievances were validated. He said he was being underutilized, and he certainly was. Look at what we did with him in our first year we had him. He had career years in receptions and yards. That's not like an indictment on Kirk either. It's just the system they run. He was being underutilized, and we took full advantage of having him.
Yeah, I think he was.
Let's go, boys. What's up, Gus? How you doing, buddy? Good, an old Army buddy here. How you doing, man? Oh, go ahead, Brett. Sorry.
No worries. I was going to say that I think he was more of an afterthought because the offense is in Minnesota is their offensive scheme is to get the ball to Adam Thielen, so he was just an afterthought in the offense. And they also like to run the ball as well, so you have to feed Dalvin Cook as well. So it's hard to make Diggs happy. So I'm glad he got out. I think you really saw his personality come out in the New England game number 2, especially telling the fans to
love it. Yeah. I love it.
The other day on my podcast, I really appreciated you wearing that shirt on there because
I had to buy that shirt. This girl Victoria works at this 716 store in Buffalo. She posted it. Oh, we're doing this for like one day only or something. So I said, I have to get this. I really need this. I can't live the rest of my life without having this t-shirt.
My brother actually just got me a shirt from her shop too for Christmas.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, they got good stuff there.
I know what you're talking about.
I had to get it. He said excited.
Funny thing too, all the players seemed to be on one after that Patriots game. Josh Allen was in the locker room saying they must have forgot who the F I am.
That's just weird coming from you. You wouldn't expect Josh to say that, but
no, that's why I love it. I'm like, wait, what did he say?
Well, he's right. They must have forgot. And it's funny because, again, I'm not taking a knock at the Chiefs or Mahomes, but when I was watching the game today, Mahomes did a pass that Josh Allen did cross body across the field. And the guy said, that's a vision and a throw that no one else in this league can make. Oh, maybe Aaron Rodgers. And I was just like, did you watch
the
a couple
tape
weeks
from
ago?
Allen last week? He did it like 6 times, and the week before.
And it's not taking it away from Mahomes, but don't say that no one else can do that because you've seen another guy do it multiple times. And
I think Allen can even do it better than Mahomes, to be honest. Allen throws that crossbody pass better than he does.
Yeah, like Mahomes and Allen, these guys, where they throw the ball and the things they can do with the ball is just something like, I mean, it's in our lifetime never really seen. So I mean, to give one of them credit and one not, it's kind of frustrating, especially when it's our guy not getting the credit. Daniel
That's the
says
narrative they
excited
spin
for
in the
next week
NFL. Yep.
playoffs. What's that? I'm sorry.
So that's the narrative they like to spin in the NFL, though.
Yeah, that's true.
The way they like to play it.
Yeah, we just got to remember to keep Buffalo a secret. I mean,
Yeah, but it's only so long.
Oh, that'll never be in
though.
danger.
Daniel, who do you guys play next week in the playoffs? Or who's a projected person? But speaking of keep Buffalo a secret, I even think even if a Super Bowl win, they would still say, well, I mean, say we played like the Packers or whatever. Oh, well, the Packers had a rough day, and it wasn't about what the Bills did and blah blah blah. So like, I feel like no matter what, we're just still going to be that team that doesn't get, or they'll be like, oh, it was a fluke Super Bowl, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying?
Hey guys, I got a call coming in real quick. I'm just gonna mute my mic. I'll be right back.
You're good, Ray. What is going
on with this? I mean, you had a sergeant on there or a lieutenant?
Yeah, lieutenant from the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Dude,
found my podcast. That's pretty cool, actually.
Dude, that is crazy. I mean, I cannot believe that.
I must be really getting around.
Yeah, I mean, you might want to stay off of Twitter for a little bit, man, because this is crazy. This is the most amount of times that I've seen somebody get scams on their podcast.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, even if you're a troll, just come on and be who you are. We can chat. I mean, you don't have to pretend you're Lieutenant Daniel from the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Just come talk. Talk your junk. We're all respectful here. We can talk junk and be fine.
Yeah.
But come on and talk. Don't just be faking it.
I don't get it, man. I really don't. I've seen it 7 times for you now.
Yeah, it's been like, oh wow.
Yeah, I cannot believe this. I mean,
I wonder next time you do one, we'll have to see if it happens to you.
Yeah, I don't know who you pissed off, but I mean, and jeez.
Well, definitely not 7 people, I don't think.
I mean, you might have 7 Patriots fans. You might have pissed off.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe.
Oh, I know I piss off about 700 a day, so.
I usually like after it gets tiring, I'm just like, all right, guys, the Patriots are good. Talk next week.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I'm trying to do something else. I don't want to argue for an hour and a half on Twitter.
Yeah, they'll literally go all day back and forth with you. It's so hard for me to just ignore them too. Like, all right, I've had enough of wasting my day on this, but then they'll just say this one comment like, no, I have to respond. I have to.
Yep.
They get me every time that way. I'm like, all right, I'm done. No. Then they say something I just can't help but respond to.
Yeah, like someone said today, Mac Jones is 1-for-1 against Josh Allen. I said, yeah, what did he do in those games? Oh, let's see.
Their sense of entitlement's what bothers me the most about Pats fans. They just expect like they're gonna be the greatest thing again. It's like, dude, you do understand that a Tom Brady only comes around once ever, maybe. Like, I don't know why you have this thought that all of a sudden Mac Jones will be the next Tom Brady. I'm not saying he won't be a good quarterback, but temper your expectations a little bit.
I mean, look, man, not just saying that because they're Patriots fans. He could be the best quarterback ever, or he could be this is his ceiling. I mean, look at Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield's best year was a rookie, and that's it.
I was never sold on Baker even after that good rookie year. I was never big on him.
Exactly. So that's all I'm saying is like you never really know. And look, when we drafted Josh, I say this all the time. That was a gamble for Brandon Beane. Your first round pick as a GM, and you for the Buffalo Bills, and you say, "Oh, I'm going to pick the guy from Wyoming who had 0 college offers and who didn't really play that well in Miami. He did play good, but like not like how Baker did and Sam Darnold did and Josh Rosen did. Well, we're going to pick this guy." And then
yeah, there was no denying the potential upside, and that his was the largest of any of the quarterbacks in that class by and large by a lot, though. So it was a big risk, big flop type of move. But I'm glad we made it, obviously.
Exactly, and that's the thing about drafting, and we talked about this. The thing about drafting is if you never have a crystal ball. So if everyone did, Tom Brady would have been a first round pick, Allen would have been a first round pick, and so on and so forth. So part of drafting is you really need to Just see this guy, see the potential and what you think they can be. Go with it. If it works, great. If it doesn't, it's part of drafting. If you can get 1 or 2 people every draft that's solid, that's a win. So that's just the thing. So Josh Allen was a huge gamble. It paid off greatly for us, and now we have a franchise quarterback. Imagine if Brandon Beane was like, I'm going to go with the safe pick and pick Josh Rosen. Like, can you imagine?
Or can you imagine if we traded the pick?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'd been sick to my stomach because that's a very Billsy thing to do.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying, man. It's like, yeah, Mac is doing everything that he's asked to do. He hasn't wowed me. He hasn't wowed most people. And
He's very Tua-ish to me.
Yeah, I
Low
mean,
ceiling, but good game manager. But I think he's better than Tua, but I don't know. It's just that's another pick. If I was a Dolphins fan, I'd be highly upset when they could have had Burrow. They could have had They could have had Herbert.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing though. Herbert wasn't really pegged as a better quarterback than Tua going into it.
Yeah, but look at his intangibles. He's 6'5". He's like 230 pounds with a cannon of iron. Very Josh Allen. Like that's what they should have. If it was me and I was a GM, I would have took Herbert. But I don't know. I never liked Tua, so
Dr. Wesley's
I didn't like him in college either.
Dr. Wesley.
And then Tua had that hip injury though coming out of the draft. I just didn't. It was a head scratching pick to me, to be honest.
Yeah, all the picks that year. I mean, they were head scratchers for me. I'm like, why would you pick up Austin Jackson?
Oh my God, I know.
Yeah, I was going crazy. I'm like, okay, I don't know what you're doing, but you're making mistakes. Because you could have had, you could have had Justin Herbert. And you could have had a better offensive tackle. I mean, I didn't get it.
My buddy that's a Cowboys fan, one of my best friends, said Zerline missing more PATs. Jesus.
Yeah, I just watched him miss it. No.
We talk all the time. I'm like, you guys need a new kicker for sure. This guy's missing field goals, PATs left and right. Like, damn. Like,
Did you see the Chiefs kicker earlier sliding on his ass all over the place?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
I always wondered. I said, imagine if a kicker like whiffed it and then like busted his ass and didn't even hit the ball.
Yeah, he did that on the kickoff. Bucker, it was funny as well.
Yeah, I mean, at least he made it long enough where it counted as a kick. But I always thought it'd be funny if a kicker just completely missed and then was like, "What just happened? We got to reset." Everybody's running.
Yeah, they were showing him in the warm-ups too, falling on his ass.
Yeah, it must have been really. Was it raining or
something?
I
don't know what it was. I don't know if it was his cleats or something. He had 2 different cleats on at one point. He was still falling on his ass.
Maybe because I saw a Lockett trip up too. So I thought maybe. What's the score of the boys' game?
23-17. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cowboys.
Yeah, I remember watching the Bucs game week 1. Dallas literally should have won that game. And, it was a missed field goal and a missed extra point, and they lost by 3.
Dallas has been looking out like us. Some weeks they're completely fantastic, and the other week they just look horrendous.
Yeah, me and my buddy said that. We're like, usually when the boys or the Bills win, the other team wins, and when we lose, the other team loses. So it's like the Cowboys and the Bills are connected to the heart or something. And it was one game, I forgot what game it was, but like Poyer got a pick, and I messaged my buddy. I said, "Pick Poyer," and then while I sent it, he said Diggs interception. So it's like it was just so funny. And then one time,
was it the Washington football team game?
I think so. And then Dak threw a pick or something, and they were like getting close to losing. And my boy was like, "Oh man, like we're gonna blow this, really?" I said, "No, watch."
Oh, okay, that wasn't that game. Then.
I said Diggs is gonna get an interception. Watch. And then the next second, he goes, "Oh, Diggs got a pick."
Maybe was that when they were playing the Patriots in overtime?
I can't remember but it was a game where it was just funny. I said, "Oh, Diggs is gonna get a pick here," and he got a pick. Or like, "Oh, Poyer got a pick." Oh, DeMarcus Lawrence got a fumble recovery. You're like, it was just really funny. I want Lieutenant Dan to come back from the FBI. If you're still watching, sir, thank you for your service. And if you want to talk football, come on, man. Roger, was Roger in the waiting room? If you're really Roger, drop a comment.
Bring him on. Let's see.
Oh,
maybe somebody else running from the feds.
Roger. Hey, my name is Roger.
You should get
Nice.
them longer.
I think it's just one person changing their name in the profile pic.
Maybe whoever it is, you've been really entertaining. Please tell me who you are so you can talk with me because I'm on the anxiety trip where if I let this person on for so long, it's gonna spam my computer and hack it and all this weird stuff. So, Roger, if you're real, oh, he says he's real. Let's see.
Why'd he sound like
I'm a real caller.
Roger, are you real?
Yes, I come from Planet 112. I am fan of.
We're getting trolled, yeah.
I just can't hear that voice for so long. Put your real voice on, Roger. I can't. It hurts my ears.
He asked if he can come back on.
It wouldn't hurt your ears if you had robot ears, Sean.
You want to come back on, Roger? You gotta take that voice off.
What's up?
Oh, sorry. What's up, Roger? How you doing?
I am good. How are you?
Pretty good. What do you want
I
to talk
must
about?
disguise my voice or they will find me.
Yeah, you don't want to get caught, you know?
The CIA is looking for me.
Well, you better be careful because we had Lieutenant Dan from the FBI coming on here earlier, so he might be trying to find you.
Oh, where is he located?
Oh, I have no idea. I don't know anything about that.
He's located
Which
everywhere. His
division is he?
big brother.
Well, I think you're safe, Roger.
I must say, I come from Planet 1112, and my favorite team is Cowboys.
Really? Nice. They're winning right now.
Good. That's all I can see from my planet.
Who's your favorite player on the Cowboys?
11.
Number 11. Who's number? Oh, Micah Parsons, right? Micah Parsons?
It's not in English over here, so it's hard to say.
Oh, true. And my alien dialect isn't really that good, so I'm sorry
Math
about
is
that.
universal and all over the planet or all over the galaxy.
I'll have to work on that for next time, Roger.
Roger. Math is universal.
Roger, how do you feel about the Buffalo Bills?
I must go. The CIA is coming for me.
Okay. Oh, Roger, thank you. It was nice that he was real, though.
You just got trolled so hard.
Imagine an alien not knowing that math is universal in every language all across the galaxy.
I don't know. My friend Baker, tighten up. He's a Seahawks fan, but he lives in Tennessee, so he always makes fun of me because the Titans beat us. So he said, "Titans up for a C." Yeah,
I hate that saying. Tighten up. Yeah, whatever.
get it?
Yeah.
Oh, Roger, that made me laugh. I like that.
You can't go wrong with people on your live that are just like that. I mean, that's what makes the live so much fun.
I know. I really appreciate it. We got aliens coming in.
Somebody running from the police.
At least we know they're watching football up there.
Alexa chimed in.
So if we ever get abducted by aliens, we know for sure we'll be able to watch football.
Yeah, it was Roger. I mean, we'll have the Rogers rate.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we talked about Rogers, right? So Lieutenant Dan, can you please come back? But don't take Roger from us.
Lieutenant Diane.
Who's Jello?
Oh, that's my
What's
friend.
up, Baker?
His name's Baker. Well, his
What's
last
up,
name's
Baker?
Baker, but for some reason he goes by Jello. He's a really good dude. Baker, why don't you jump on? Or that's probably you, isn't it?
He had his profile picture looks very Kurt Cobainish.
Yeah. I could see all those trolls being Baker. He's a funny guy. Baker, come on. Jump on the live.
It could be my buddy. I mean, he would do that to you, but
Oh, would he?
oh yeah, I don't know if he would know that I'm on your live or not, but I mean, he might do it.
Ask him if he was all of them or Roger.
It's probably all of them. I mean, it's probably the same person doing the just
Yeah,
different sound.
that was what I was assuming. I was going to say, I don't think your podcast has gotten that big yet, so we had multiple people coming in and trolling.
Baker, I need confirmation that it wasn't you. But I could see Baker doing that too, or maybe it's T. Maybe she's scared to come on, so she had to disguise herself as Roger.
If I was a Chiefs fan, I'd hide my face right now too after that performance against Denver.
I don't know if she's still watching, but if you're watching, go Bills.
Yeah, and speaking of that Chiefs game, I love what I saw. I'm like, oh yeah, please give me the Chiefs.
Yeah,
I think we will. If they play like that, we'll smash them. Like
think
they
we
let
might
Drew Lock look like Josh Allen too. Like Drew Lock was just carving them up with his legs. I was like, oh, I guess they haven't learned their lesson yet. They're still letting quarterbacks run all over them.
Yeah, mobile quarterback, dude, is like it's hard to defend, especially when you're like Josh Allen. Though,
You know,
it's really
where
hard. to try
receivers
to-
were still running wide open too, though. No wonder Cincinnati cooked them. Denver obviously don't have the passing attack of Cincinnati, but when they did throw it deep, they were connecting on them.
Oh, Chicago Police. Do we want to bring them in?
Yeah, let's do it.
Chicago PD, Chicago's finest. Thank you for coming out of the podcast. How you doing today?
The trolls have been dealt with.
The trolls have been dealt with. You didn't take Roger,
Yes.
did you?
He's been taken into custody.
No. Don't hurt him. Please don't hurt him.
We're going to experiment on him, dissect him. It'll be extremely painful.
No.
This is definitely the same person.
Can you at least go a little bit easy on him?
We caught him robbing a liquor store in Tennessee, so I mean, we went out of our jurisdiction to do this, but
A liquor store in Tennessee.
You're supposed to be in Chicago, though. What is going on? What are you doing in Tennessee, Chicago police?
we had to go out of our jurisdiction to catch this one. He's wanted in Chicago, so
He's that bad. Are you working with Lieutenant Dan from the FBI?
I'm not sure who Lieutenant Dan is.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's a different guy looking for the same boy. But since you're on here, what football team do you like?
I actually don't follow football. I was just letting you know that the trolls are in custody now, and it is going to be over.
Oh, Chicago's finest. Thank you so much. Appreciate you for tuning in. You took care of the trolls, but go easy on Roger. He's a good dude. But thank you for
Well, we'll see what's up.
Thank you for coming in.
Of course, thank you.
Baker, that's you, man. That's you. It's you or Brett's friend. It's one of you two.
I thought it was going to be my girlfriend because she was in the bathroom for a long time and I was getting nervous. But I'm like, I don't know if she has the ability to do that, but no, it wasn't her.
I know Baker.
If that was
probably
your
has-
girlfriend, that would have been savage. That would have been hilarious. If she would have said something like, get off of your phone instead of.
It made me even think more it's Baker because they said a liquor store in Tennessee, and I'm like, oh, Baker's from Baker. If you want to join, here's the link. Just click on it. But
I think he knows how to join. I think he's just trolling you.
oh yeah, he definitely is.
Yeah.
I mean, keeping up
He's
with
saying you
the
don't know how to join because he's trying to cover the fact that it was him calling.
Yeah.
exactly.
It's definitely a cover plot.
Yeah.
That's funny. I mean, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. Whatever, if it's trolling or not, I enjoyed that.
Doesn't bother me, no.
We got a 30-17 Cowboys lead going into the half now.
Yeah.
At the half.
Into the half, yeah.
Damn.
Cowboys receive the ball out of the half.
Wasn't Philadelphia leading in this game at one point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't been paying. I've been looking at it periodically, but I'm pretty sure they're winning at one point.
They scored first.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Then that's at half too. Wow. Might see Cooper Rush again.
Maybe
Yeah.
Kellen Moore.
They'd be smart too.
Put in Kellen Moore. Bring him out
Yeah,
of retirement.
I don't think they'll do it just yet because it's not a big enough lead. I think if they score another touchdown, you'll definitely see their backups.
Yeah, they did that last time too when they were playing Washington. Oh man, what a night! I'm really excited for tomorrow. I wish it wasn't at 4:30 though.
Yeah. Me
Yeah.
too.
Is there any good 1:00 games, like playoff implication games, or what?
I think they moved
That's
everything
what I was
back.
wondering too. Actually, let's take a look at the schedule. I'm not even sure.
Because I know they put the AFC East at 4:30. So
Yeah, it's all at 4 a.m. everyone is pretty much locked in except no, because the AFC implications, the other two teams that are playing with real implications would be the Chargers and the Raiders, but that's Sunday night.
So basically, there's no really important games at one.
No.
I don't believe not in the AFC. I believe. Well, wait though. Aren't the Titans playing tomorrow against The Titans can lock it up against the Texans, but I don't know if that's at 1 o'clock.
No,
That's
yeah,
at
that's
1
true.
o'clock.
It is.
Yeah, it's at 1 o'clock.
Well, then there we go. Yeah, that's 1 o'clock, and the Titans can lock up the 1 seed.
So I mean, for me, I'll probably get that game because I watch it on Hulu.
Yeah.
So they pick and choose like one game or 2 games to watch. So
Yeah, we're obviously all pulling for the Titans to lock up the 1 seed, right? Nobody wants Kansas City hosting another game at Arrowhead.
yeah, and I mean, we talked about it on Brett's pod. I think it'd be cool to play not cool, but like imagine if you play the Colts the first round and then you play the Titans the second round, and that's 2 teams. One was a heartbreaking loss that we could have won, and the other one we got smacked. You beat those 2 teams. You go to the AFC Championship game, and you host it. So I mean, I think that would be sweet if you could pull that off.
I don't know. These predominantly run teams like bother me as far as playing them. Like no other team really I'm too worried about other than the Titans and the Colts. I think we can beat the Chiefs easily. Not easily, but I know we can beat them. I know we can beat Cincinnati. The only teams that give me pause are the Colts and the Titans, especially if Derrick Henry's coming back fully healthy. I don't think he's going to be, though. I think he's rushed himself back. I don't think he's going to be 100%, but even 80% he can do damage.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And then you got to look at it, too. The Raiders beat the Colts. They stopped. I mean, Jonathan Taylor was still Jonathan Taylor, and the Raiders stopped him. So, I mean, the Raiders don't have a good defense. They really don't.
No, they don't.
So, I mean, I can see, that game that he had against us, that was just, like, the most dominant performance that he's going to have.
I felt like it was an anomaly game, too. I was at it. It was just bounces were going their way. They were just getting balls starting in short field position. Like, the score was not really indicative of the game. It was indicative only because of all the possessions they got in the red zone to start at amazing field position and the turnovers, which were very fluky anyways. So,
yeah.
But still, he definitely carved us up, though, a little bit.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But like you said, I don't think that would I think if we play them again, I don't think he'd get 5 touchdowns again. So I mean, I could see us playing a good game against them. They're a great team too, but I mean, we got 17, we got Diggs, we got Knox, we got Bees, we got Sanders. So I mean, Singletary is who I always thought he was. Oh, here we go. He's back.
Yeah, and we played a full Titans team anyways with all the weapons. And they had AJ, they had Derek. They barely beat us. Honestly, we should have won that. We fell back on that bullshit. Run back touchdown that shouldn't have been called back. Of course, we know about the slip, so I know we can beat them, but if I could avoid them until as late as possible, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, and that game, that was when they had all their playmakers, and we still – I mean, that was probably, besides the Colts game, that was the worst game our defense played. And, our offense was clicking. And they got a pretty good defense, too. They're very physical. I've always said how physical the Titans are, and they always go out and prove it. Stan Smith.
Yeah, their head coach runs a good system, too, because no matter how many people – they lose so many pieces on their defense, but for some reason they still play amazing defense.
Yeah, I agree. Stan.
Where have you seen Roger?
He was on here a few minutes ago.
I'm looking for him.
Well, I mean, he lives with you, doesn't he?
He does. I'm harboring him in my attic.
So go check your attic.
No one likes Stan.
Bring him in my attic. That's why I'm looking here.
Well,
yeah. Sean, you gotta kick him off.
Last time I heard, Roger was in Tennessee robbing a liquor store. Oh man!
I talked to Roger. He said he needed some bail money, Stan.
He needs you, buddy. Oh boy. So who would you guys rather play in the first round then? You already asked me, so what's your take?
Who do you want to start?
You go ahead, Brett.
I mean, I'd rather play Indianapolis than New England. I really would, because I'd rather go up against the toughest team to start And I think that Indianapolis is a sleeper team that, can make some noise in the playoffs. So I'd rather go up against them and just stop Jonathan Taylor and go out there with a win and, then play maybe the Titans next and beat the Titans and go all the way to the Super Bowl, beating all the good teams. And I think it would make the Bills better. And, then if we did get to the Super Bowl, which I think we have a really good shot at getting there, then you go up against maybe the Packers or the Cowboys, something like that. And, you're ready for the matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. I like I said, I'm a full agreement to that because iron sharpens iron, if that's what the saying is. And it just gives you that confidence. You just beat two really great teams. Now you're in the AFC Championship and you're hosting it. So sky's the limit, really. So how do you feel, Ray?
I get the logic behind what Brett's saying. Like, I get it. Like, you don't want to catch the calls if they pull off a win in the first round. They've got steam going. They got Taylor running, firing on all cylinders. Then we have to match up with them after him coming off of a big performance. That could be a big challenge. But I still would go with New England just because they have a rookie quarterback. You know what I mean? We get our feet wet. We especially with winning a divisional round playoff game in the first round, that would definitely juice our team up. We get them out of there. Mac Jones is a rookie quarterback. I believe it'd be an easier path to us getting to the second round and then worry about the best of the best when we get into the later rounds.
Absolutely. And the thing is about all that, like the Colts, if they could not, obviously they might not, but if they lose to the Jags, they're not in. So they got a lot to play for too.
Yeah, but we don't think the Jags are beating the Colts. I'm sorry. Jonathan Taylor is going to run the ball down their throat just like the Patriots did.
I will say, though, the first time they played, the Colts only won by 7.
Yeah, it is a divisional game, so you can't ever take that completely out of the equation. They should win, and if they don't win, then they have no business in the playoffs anyhow. Then they don't even have to be a thorn in our side if that's the case. And if they lost to the Jags anyways, then I wouldn't even be worried about them anyhow, even if they got in the first round after losing that game.
Yeah, I mean, we lost to the Jags though.
That's true. Can't argue that. That's true. That's any Sunday, but that's the anomaly. Yeah.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying though. It's like in this situation, this
is win and get in though. You cannot let the Jags beat you.
Yeah, I always thought it'd be cool. Like, say the Jags did win, I'd be interested to see what the I almost called them the Braves, the Raiders and the Chargers do, because if the Jags lose, I mean, if the Jags win, they both can get in with a tie. So it's like, do you like both forfeit the game, rest your dudes up, and then both make the playoffs?
Could you imagine how the league would be, like how mad and upset they would be if that actually occurred? The Jets and the Colts just took knees, or I'm sorry, the Colts or the Chargers and the Raiders just took knees so they could both tie and get in, just kick it back to each other on fourth down. All right, we're all just going to go in, and neither one of us are going to even play the game. We're just going to take knees and punt it back to each other and let the game end in a tie and both get in. That would be insane.
The NFL will get rid of ties.
Yeah, that would be insane to watch, so I hope it happens.
This is Roger. I can't talk now. They'll find me. An amphetamine-filled rampage was a bad idea. Oh, God. Be safe out there, Roger. Don't get caught up.
How does Roger have a phone in jail?
Oh, he's on the run, man.
Oh, he's on the run? My bad. I thought he was.
They said he was in custody, but I mean, I guess not.
Do aliens have butts for him to tuck it in so he could have got it through the jail?
Yeah, that's true. Never know there.
Oh, what a time. Oh, man.
Hey, I'm glad I tuned into this one because this has been the most amazing show I've ever watched.
Yeah, man, that means a lot to me. I appreciate that. I'm trying my best. You guys know my main goal. I love this. I do it for fun, and I hope that everyone that tunes into me loves it and enjoys it, because that makes me happy. That's my goal. I don't care if I have 1 follower or 1 million, as long as everyone loves what I do and can relate to me, and we can have any conversation. And nobody has to agree with me every time. I'm always good for normal conversation. So
yeah, great. We're just up here chalking it up, talking, man.
Exactly.
It's not overly, we're still talking football, but it's pretty light, pretty enjoyable, entertaining. I haven't even realized it's been 2 hours already.
Yeah, I know. We'll stay on for a little bit longer, and unless you guys want to get off, it's up to you. I'll stay on for a few more minutes.
I don't mind at all.
Yeah, I'm not doing nothing. I'm just relaxing.
I just can't believe the regular season's almost over. It's a sad time because I was telling my wife this. I'm like, at the very best, we have 5 games left. At the very least, we have 2. So there's really not that much time left.
No, it's not. I'm hoping it's obviously 5.
Yeah,
but I'll be happy to see it end if it's in 5 games and we win a Super Bowl. Because the party is going to be something I'd be looking for. I've been looking forward to my whole life. So
yeah, I mean, I would bring a GoPro and just do live footage and make a whole video on just the events that happened.
You and every other Bills Mafia member will.
Yeah,
it's gonna be insane. I pray it happens. I'm hoping it happens.
Sean, are we gonna make a bet? If the Bills win the Super Bowl, we both jump through tables for our Instagrams.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We'll do like 20 tables.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying. I'll set it on fire. Let's go.
Well, didn't Josh Allen say he would jump through a flaming table if they
off
won
a bust? Yep, off a bust. He said.
Well, maybe not a butt. We'll put like bouncy cushions around the table, so if he misses, he won't get hurt.
I hope it's the short bust. I really do.
Yeah. I mean,
you know what the Bills, what he'll end up breaking his arm and be out 2 years or something from it.
Need Tommy John surgery. He's.
Do you think?
Yeah, something. Yeah.
Do you think the players would party with us?
Oh yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Why wouldn't they?
I don't know. I mean, would they even be allowed to?
Well, the season's over, so yeah, I don't see why they wouldn't be able to.
Can you imagine?
You see them out in Buffalo every once in a while. Trust me, they be getting their drink on. They be hanging out and partying. I don't know if they do it with fans, but you see them out and about around the town. So I would imagine after a Super Bowl win, though, they'll definitely be out there having fun with fans.
Can you just imagine like just pounding beers and wings and partying with like Diggs and Allen and McKenzie and Dawkins and all these people?
Oh man, that would be incredible. It'd be so cool.
My dad used to see Bruce Smith all the time out of bars, and he'd be pounding beers and eating chicken wings all night, and he'd drive home. I mean, it happened all the time.
Yeah, my dad and my dad's friends used to tell me that they used to have drinks out with him all the time. I don't know, these guys are a bit younger, but Jim Kelly used to have a sports bar out here for quite a few years, and they were always out there drinking, having a good time at his sports bar. Yeah,
well, that's awesome.
Yeah,
man, all this talk about parties after a Super Bowl win is getting me going.
Yeah.
I got Jim Kelly's signature.
That's boss. What else you got on there? Who else is on there? I know you said Poyer's on there. Who else did you said you got? Forgot who you said.
Poyer, Hyde, Singletary, and Wallace.
Okay, that's right. It was Levi Wallace. You're telling me that you had on
Yeah.
there.
I
Nice.
met Motor was the first one I met, and that was so cool because so I actually got to meet Levi and Motor, but this one was a signing in Batavia, and the person that has a shop here in Utica drives up to places like that, brings people stuff and their own equipment, and goes to signings. Because of COVID, we weren't able to go there, I guess, and that's why I got these 3. But I remember I met Motor, and I was like, Motor, thank you for being in Buffalo. You're doing your thing out here. You're going to be a great running back for this team. He dapped me up, and we took a nice picture, and it was so fun. And then
I called it too. I said Motor was going to have a big game against Atlanta too. Yeah, I had a feeling he was going to get that 100.
Yeah, he deserves that. And the thing about Motor, people were like kind of jumping off of him this year, and I was like, give him reps. Giving him 5 reps isn't going to prove anything. Give him opportunities. And the times he gets 15 to 22 carries, he's popping off.
Right, and then they were hitting Moss in there a little bit too, and Moss was just breaking some big gainers too. I love the way that they mixed it up last week. They need to keep that moving forward. Singletary gets about 80% of the carries, and you sprinkle in Moss here and there.
Exactly.
Like short yardage runs. Yeah, exactly. Zach and
Yeah, Moss didn't have the best season, but last game he looked pretty solid. Can't lie. Can't lie about that.
Zach had his moments though. He had a nice game against Kansas City. He had a good game against, I believe, Miami this year. He had a couple of good games, but
one thing I've really noticed between the running backs is they're starting to find the holes and hit the holes right away instead of dancing in the backfield. I've noticed that a lot. So, I mean, I think the run blocking has gotten better, but I really think it's the running backs that have, taken a step up. So, I love what they're doing now.
Yeah, and I love how the offensive line's been the last couple of weeks, and I think we found the right team, the right O-line to go forward, at least for the remainder of the year.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I was going to tell you guys a quick story, if it's all right with you, Sean, about one of the signings that I didn't get, but this is a story from back when the Super Bowl was down here. I think it was the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Arizona Cardinals, and back then that's when Mario Williams was playing for the Houston Texans, and he was at the Brandon Mall, which is right down the road from Tampa, and my dad was there, and he was just shopping with my stepmom, and my stepmom saw Mario Williams sitting there, and she goes, "You really should get his autograph." And my dad's like, "Nah, that's just Mario Williams for the Houston Texans." And my stepmom goes, "Oh, you should get it for Brett. He'll love it. He'll be so happy for it." And I was like, "No, I'm not going to do it." Well, fast forward to the next year, and Mario Williams gets signed by the Buffalo Bills. And I told my dad, I said, "If you would have gotten that freaking autograph, I would have been so happy for you. But you just ruined it for me." I could have had Mario Williams autograph when he was on the Bills.
That's rough.
That first year, I think he had like 15 sacks.
Yeah, it would have been worth some money. I mean,
yeah.
I think he had the most in a game for a Bill recently. He had to get 4 in one game.
Do you guys remember those red contacts he used to wear? He used to look like a friggin' demon in them color rush jerseys with the red eyes. I used to love it.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
those were sweet.
Yeah, I wish his career didn't fall down so fast. I mean, I loved what he was doing. I wish he would have had a couple more years of success, but I mean, he just fell off a cliff. I mean,
well, let's be for real though. Rex Ryan completely butchered our defense.
Oh yeah.
They had Mario Williams going out in coverage. Like, what are you thinking? That dude's a sack machine, and you got him out in coverage. They're just trying to run his 46 Bear defense with an obvious 4-3 team defense. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm grateful we found the right coach for this team.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I didn't understand why we didn't go after Mike Pettin then.
Well, he left us for the Cleveland Browns job, didn't he?
Yeah. Or even Jim Schwartz. I mean,
I would have been fine with Schwartz. I loved our defense that we had with him when he was our coordinator. I don't know why they didn't pick him up as the head coach. That was my thought initially, too, because I thought he was incredible.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, looking back on it now, everything happened for a reason, and now we're set.
Yeah, I wouldn't trade Jim Schwartz for Sean McDermott. I mean,
no,
that's never going to happen. And I'm okay with the 2 years of Rex Ryan and having Sean McDermott and having success for the sustainable future now. So I hope McDermott sticks around for a long, long time.
Yeah, I think he will. I mean, 4 of the last 5 seasons, playoffs, end of the drought, AFC Championship, 2 for 2 in playoffs. I mean, at least
his win-loss record since he's been our coach speaks volumes. Like, no coach has been this successful, like, ever. I think ever, and since Levy, obviously, but I believe he's like the second most winningest coach in the franchise's history already. Other than I think Seymour Knox, but when was that, in the 70s?
Yeah, something like that. And like I said, it's just, McDermott's made a couple mistakes this year that he wouldn't have made last year, but doesn't mean I don't think he's the coach of the future. I love Sean McDermott. I love Leslie Frazier. I hope we keep Leslie Frazier too. I think we will. I think at this point in Frazier's career and even Dayball too, I don't think they want to be a head coach. I think they're happy with they're happy with what they're doing in Buffalo, and they
Frazier's
know they,
garnishing a lot of interest from Houston right now too. Apparently,
yeah. And but the thing about it is, though, these guys know that they can have a lot of success here in Buffalo. You know, some people like head coach isn't for everybody. I mean, you might just like being a coordinator. Like Dan Quinn, he doesn't want a head coach job right now. Multiple teams asked him, "Do you want to interview?" He's like, "No."
yeah, I think money plays a role in it with some of these coaches. Like they'll want to go and get that big bag, but our coaches have been in the league so long, have had so much success. I think they're already set financially. So maybe the enticingness of going to another team and getting a nice payday would work on some coaches, maybe not some of them is more established, like Leslie Frazier and obviously Brian Daboll. So you might be right about that.
Yeah,
I strongly believe if the Chicago opening becomes available, I really believe that Leslie Frazier is going to take that job. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I've been thinking about this for a long time over the season, and I'm like, if that becomes available, I think they're going to go after Leslie, and I just have this feeling that he's going to want that job just because he was a part of the '85 Bears.
Right. It wasn't Leslie also already a head coach, I believe, for like the Vikings or somebody that didn't go well. Maybe you might want a shot at redemption and another shot at being a successful head coach. So you don't know where his mindset is. Like you could potentially see it, obviously, because he's been a head coach before. Maybe he might want to try it again, but I don't know. We'll see, I guess.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's who knows, but I like to think that they see what we're doing here. They like the winningness of the team. They love the guys and they love the area. And they're just comfortable with we're going to be successful here, and this is what I like to do. Because, I mean, like I said, Frazier has the experience as head coach, and he might not, now that he's been a successful D coordinator, he might be like, well, you know what, I like this a lot better, so I'm going to stick with this. And that the head coaching job for the Bears, I think, will be available because they proved year after year that Matt Nagy's the issue there. They tried blaming it on Mitch Trubisky and used him as a scapegoat, got rid of him, and nothing changed. So,
yeah. Also, too, defensive head coaches are kind of like a dying breed now in the NFL right now. It seems like every team is going with an offensive head coach. If you look at the entire NFC, it's all nothing but offensive head coaches right now. There's not a single defensive coach in the NFC.
Yeah, it's crazy. Before we get off here, guys, I'm getting a little tired and just wondering let's get a score prediction for the game.
Go ahead, Ray.
35-3 Bills.
Ooh. I like it. What about you, Brett?
42-7 Bills.
Ooh, another one.
We're aiming for the ceiling on this one.
I would love that. I'm gonna sit with 34-13 Bills.
Okay, so we all got it comfortable though.
Yep, I think it'll be like a 3-score game by the end of the third quarter. Got Trubisky come in and a couple of the defensive backups, and then they might score a little bit then. But just want to see a solid game from both sides of the ball. I mean, I know you said you don't want to see us go for 4th down all the time, but I'd like to see a little bit of aggressiveness in McDermott still, like he's been showing the last couple of weeks. I've been begging for that. So basically, let's keep doing what you've been doing for a couple of weeks. Let's see Josh get in the rhythm. Let's get Diggs his 6 catches so he can meet his incentives, and then get ready for the playoffs.
Your boy Josh is going to make sure Diggs gets those 6 receptions. You already know that's happening.
Yeah. I'm sure he'll be the only target until he gets the 6 catches.
Exactly.
He'll get like 4 wide receiver screens and
a pitch forward.
Yeah, just to get it going. But hey guys, this was a really good time. I love doing this, and you guys always support me since day one. I really appreciate all this. Thank you for spending your time with me tonight. Thanks for tuning in. A lot of great content tonight. A lot of great talks about football, and the trolling too was a great time. It was really funny. So I'll do this again for sure. Probably for the playoffs. Definitely for the playoffs. So thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah, for sure. Are you having a pregame show tomorrow?
No, I put my pregame up yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
so you're not doing like a live? Okay, I just wondered.
No.
All right, cool.
So if any of you guys haven't seen the pregame, go check it out. and like, share, and subscribe to the content if you enjoy it. And then let's get a Go Bills from you two.
Go Bills.
Go Bills. Take it easy, guys. Have a good night.
All right. You two guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean.
Of course. Thank you, man. Well, what a fun night, guys. I love doing these live call-ins. You guys are always great. I like to see more and more people each time. Got a few more people, and I couldn't do any of this without you. You guys make it fun. You guys make this an enjoyment for me every day. Remember, the merch dropped. If you want a t-shirt, let me know. Gotta get some more items with the logo on it too. And we got 1 week of regular season football left, and then we got the playoffs. So it seemed like it was a long season, and now all of a sudden it's over with. So, thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate the love and support. Till next time, go Bills.